In the heart of Mecca, where ancient history meets modern marvels, there once stood the Ajid Fortress, an Ottoman stronghold built in 1780. Perched on a hill, it watched over the sacred Kaaba, guarding it from invaders for over 2 centuries. Fast forward to now, and that same spot is home to one of the most iconic landmarks in the Muslim world, the Royal Clock Tower. How did we go from a centuries old fortress to a giant clock that can be seen from miles away? Let's take a journey through time and find out. Standing right next to the holiest site in Islam, the Kaaba, one can see the towering shadows of the building. This building is the Mecca Royal Clock Tower, also known as Abraj al-Bayt. It is a magnificent spectacle of imagination and has cost approximately $16 billion to the Saudi government.
The Makkah Royal Clock Tower, in reference to its gigantic clock. This huge tower dominates the city of Mecca from the top of its 601 meters.
Who would have thought that a conservative country like Saudi Arabia could have something as big and grand as the Makkah Clock Tower? So why is the building so expensive? The golden mosaic tiles around the clock are not fake. Can you believe that? Those 98 million mosaic tiles are covered with 24-karat gold leaves. Every single one of them is real gold plated. One fascinating fact many might know about the Makkah Clock Tower is that it's the second most expensive building in the world, costing around $15 billion. But it's much more than just a clock tower. It houses one of the most luxurious hotels and serviced apartments in Mecca, offering an unparalleled view of the Kaaba. The first few floors of the tower are home to a bustling shopping mall and a variety of restaurants, ensuring that visitors have access to everything they need during their stay. The entire complex, which includes 6 other skyscrapers, provides accommodation for tens of thousands of pilgrims throughout the year, making it a key part of Mecca's ability to host millions of worshippers, especially during Hajj. With 120 floors dedicated to comfort and ease, the Makkah Clock Tower is a remarkable blend of tradition and modernity, designed to enhance the experience of every pilgrim. Standing at a height of 601 meters, it is the 4th tallest building in the world and the 2nd tallest in the Middle East, right after Burj Khalifa. It is not just a clock, it's an all-in-one tower. Stay tuned, there are many more interesting facts upcoming next. Watch this clip to find out the finer details behind the construction of this tower.
The clock hands were one of the biggest challenges.
Because of the size of the clock and its immense height, the first challenge was figuring out how to keep the hands from blowing away in the wind. A number of designs were considered, including having the tips of the hands guided by a peripheral track, similar to how a Ferris wheel works or a roller coaster. But that idea turned out to be too heavy. It also had too many moving parts that could malfunction and would eventually need replacing.
What you probably didn't realize is that the clock face of the Makkah Clock Tower is so large that it is 43 meters in size and weighs about 21 tons. Although most people often mistake Big Ben in London for being the largest clock tower in the world, the enormous size of Makkah Clock Tower easily comes in first place. The clock is huge enough and well equipped with LED lights to be visible from 17 kilometers away. No wonder people visiting Mecca can spot it from so far away. You might be wondering how such a tall tower is never struck by lightning, right? Well, first off, it rarely ever rains in Saudi Arabia, so nothing to worry about. But in recent years, the percentage of rain has been increasing, so there needed to be something to protect against lightning. Well, the tower has almost 20 lightning conductors installed within its uppermost surface. In addition, there are also 800 fixed rods to protect the clock and the tower from lightning strikes. So it's easy to say that it is a very safe space to be in. Talking about the structure of the tower, another fun fact is that the golden crescent lying on the very top, it is the heaviest and by far the largest crescent ever built by humans. What's even more interesting to know is that there is a prayer room inside the crescent as well. This prayer room serves as the biggest and the only prayer room in the world at such a height. Interestingly, all those stories about the man and the clock come true when it comes to the Makkah Clock Tower. The space behind the clocks has a cosmology research center and the highest observation deck at a height of 558 meters above ground level. It also contains a museum that displays exhibitions of the construction of the clock tower. The glass jewel contains the Lunar Center and the Makkah Time Institute, a renowned time institute in the world.
It's very conservative. There's a passport control. There is like a border going into another country.
Some of the construction team, including glazing experts from Poland and Germany, converted to Islam so they could work on the projects.
Rumors have it that the main construction team of the tower, including the architects, designer, and engineer, converted to Islam. However, the truth is that a small portion of the construction workers converted because of the strict policy of Mecca entering non-Muslims. Allah knows best. This might amaze you a bit. The entire idea of the project is to create an endowment project also known as Waqf. The Makkah Clock Tower, along with the other skyscrapers, is a project initiated by King Abdul Aziz in order to better facilitate the pilgrims. So even if some people might think it's a distraction, it's not entirely useless. You might have heard about a huge controversy revolving the Makkah Clock Tower, that it erased one of the most respected sites of the Turks. The clock tower was built on land that was once occupied by the Ajad fortress. To put it simply, this fortress protected Kaaba from the invaders in the past. So obviously, when such an honored place was demolished for the construction of a tower, it sparked an outcry from not only Turkey, but other parts of the Muslim world as well. However, some people think of the tower as a distraction from the Kaaba, or just a useless vanity project. They could be right, or they could be wrong. We have presented the facts to you. So let us know in the comments what you think about the Makkah Royal Clock Tower.